Guys, I wanted to make a follow-up video. Also, what keeps that oil clean is less of this EGR. And I literally called over to show you guys what I'm talking about. So, just follow along here. So you got the air coming in, right? It goes to the turbo. Turbo pushes the air, cools it off. Right? Pushes that air, cools it off. So that's fresh air coming into your engine. Guess what's here? Your EGR. This is the valve, right? So this is pushing inside and it's going into the two banks. So this bad boy does a lot of havoc on your oil. And the kicker is, the heavier you work your truck, the better off your oil is. Follow along. It's gonna be a fun one. The second reason, or the second thing that I want to underline that keeps your oil cleaner, just follow along. It'll surprise some of you guys. The less you use your truck, so the easier your truck travels down the road, the less load on that engine, the more EGR it puts into the system. So that right, the less load on that truck engine, the more it takes exhaust gases and puts it back. That being said, the harder you work your engine, the cleaner your oil stays. So I didn't say anything wrong. Just follow along here. So back in the day when there was no EGR, right, your oil got dirty based off the use. The dirtier your engine runs, you know, the quicker your oil got dirty, or the heavier you use that engine, which it put, you know, more heat, the more it wore out your oil. Based off combustion, bottom line, how many gallons of fuel did you burn gives you a really good idea where your oil's at. That's just simple. Nowadays, the oil is less affected by that than what the EGR valve itself does. So the less EGR you put back into that intake plenum, the better off you are. So when you're pulling heavy, no EGR, close to none. When this engine's running hard, close to no EGR. That's why you see your DEF gauge move. Your DEF's on the move when you're working these trucks. So that's something else y'all need to consider. The modern day oil has so much more to do. It has so much of a bigger job to do than just protect your engine. It has to find the safest way to carry that. So that's another thing to consider. A lot of people are thinking like, well, if I take it easy on my truck, the oil's less wore out. Theoretically, yes. Realistically, no. Because the easier you take it on your diesel trucks, this is diesels, the more EGR you're gonna put into that oil. The harder you work your truck, the less EGR, right? The consistency of a load on the truck. That's why you could afford to go X amount of miles. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Hopefully I didn't confuse anyone. In my first video, I said how they had the Gen 3s, and this is my interpretation and scientific about it. The first generation of after treatment, or the exhaust system, was just a DPF. In simple terms, just a catalyst, right? Well, let's just leave it at that. Second iteration of it was DPF and DEF. That's when they started introducing urea to the system. And then the third one, some companies dragged their feet, other ones just jumped on board. Ford jumped on in 23. Ram's jumping on. As far as my knowledge goes, I have not gotten my hands on a 25er. Supposedly my 25 is actually in town at a rail yard. So hopefully here in the near future I'll be able to pick up that 25. And I'm excited about it because that's the future of my company. I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that 25 is going to be a solid truck so I could continue buying new anyways for my business. So the third iteration of the exhaust system is where they literally dump fuel on fire. So they literally have a hose of diesel that sprays in raw diesel into your chamber. So instead of that oil getting destroyed by excess fueling, over-fueling in the engine, so provides fuel for the fire going down the line and into the canister, which the Generation 2 was doing. The Generation 3, they just said, nope, we're just going to run that engine clean, and we'll just run, in this case, a 9th injector. In the Cummins case, it would be called a 7th injector of raw diesel. This third generation iteration of the after treatment is what they should have done a long time ago. far as my knowledge goes, they finally got on board and got it done. Anyways, guys, may the good Lord bless y'all. May y'all have a mighty fine day. In the comment section, let me know what else you guys want to hear from me. Me and my son are trying to keep pushing these videos out. It's something that he enjoys. I started it with him, and I'm just going to continue doing these videos for the most case with him. And let us know what topic you want us to cover. He's starting to edit the videos for me. That's why you guys are starting to see intros and outros. So thanks to David, you guys have a little bit of editing going on, because prior to him it was point and shoot, guys. Anyways, guys, God bless you. Bye.